The doc said we're back. We're talking about fluoride in city water supplies.
Yeah, and according to Harvard researchers, they did a meta-analysis. And what that means is they didn't do the study, but they looked and confirmed the results of 27 different studies on fluoridating our drinking water. And virtually every study showed a marked decrease in mental acuity, mental capacity, and IQ levels in areas where higher fluoride was in the drinking water. So the higher the fluoride, the lower the average IQ of an area. So there were lower IQs in virtually every area they looked at that had higher fluoride levels. And I'm not going to bore you guys with a bunch more studies, but I think that you all trust me enough to tell you that I have a stack of other studies here that show that it may very well affect thyroid disorders, depression, weight gain, and especially Alzheimer's and IQ and mental acuity. So apparently fluoride, because of its a bond with aluminum, its affinity to aluminum and fluoride go real closely together, that if you have extra fluoride in your body is going to attract more aluminum, and aluminum is one of the number one causes of things like Alzheimer's and fibromyalgia and lower IQ levels. So that's one of the problems with it. So basically, it's dumbing down society. It's lowering our IQ levels, making us more docile, lower IQs. One study in Manchester, England, half of the town fluoridated their water and the other half didn't because it came from two separate water sources. The side of the town where they put fluoride in their water, the rate of thyroid malfunctions and cancers and disorders was 30% higher on the side that fluoridated their water. So this was very alarming, and they actually prompted further investigation, which they're doing. So this much we know as facts. Fluoride is ranked right up there with mercury for being a toxin. You wouldn't put mercury in your kids' water or lead or arsenic. Now, let's just give them the possibility that this prevents tooth decay. So let's give them that fact. It's now 2015. We have much better ways of getting fluoride onto our teeth than putting it in our water supply to go through our entire bodies and cause potential harm. We have fluoride toothpaste. We have fluoride tooth rinses. We have fluoride mouthwash. We have fluoride treatments from the dentist. There's so many better ways to get fluoride on our teeth than to dump it, tons of it, in our city water supply so that we drink it and it goes throughout our whole system. Just my opinion. And so my question is, do we still need to pour tons of it in everyone's drinking water so that it goes into our bodies? My decision, or my choice, is no. I've decided we do not. After looking at all the research on it, we should not be adding this to everyone's water supply, possibly lowering IQs, dumbing down society, causing thyroid, Alzheimer's, depression, and weight gain. Now, do I use fluoride toothpaste? Of course. But I make sure I spit it out thoroughly and I rinse it out thoroughly. My little boy, no, he's never used fluoride toothpaste because he's only 4. He accidentally swallows it sometimes. I think he swallows it on purpose sometimes. So once he gets old enough to where he can make sure that he doesn't swallow any of the toothpaste, then we will switch him over to a fluoride toothpaste. But as of right now, no, he doesn't. Now, how all of this even came up today that we're even talking about this is up until last week, I was under the impression that my whole home water filtration system filtered out fluoride. So I thought this whole time.
No, wait. We've talked about this on the show. You have a filtration system in your home that it's a whole home filtration system.
Correct.
It's not like a little filter in the refrigerator or under the sink.
Right.
You have a big honking filter that filters out all the water that goes into your home.
The main water line coming into the house goes through this filter
So
first.
whether you shower or drink it or it's going to the ice maker, it's all filtered.
Correct.
Okay.
And then under my sink, I have a second filter for the drinking water.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So all of the water coming into the home is filtered, and then I have a little small one that goes under the sink from the same company that filters, where I have a separate little faucet for drinking water.
Okay.
So it's refiltered just in case it picks up anything or it didn't quite catch anything. So that's overboard. You can usually do one or the other. But until last week, I was under the impression that my whole home filtration system filtered out fluoride. thought I remembered us talking about this, but I was talking to my consultant last week about a separate issue and was talking to him about it, and I realized that it didn't. So I haven't been filtering the fluoride out of my water in my home, and I thought I had been. So
these as extensive as these filtration systems are at your home, it doesn't catch the fluoride.
It does not. It's very, very difficult to do. And so I was looking into this, and the company recently designed a new under the sink water filter that can filter out fluoride. And I just ordered one to replace my existing one that I have under the sink. So that one under the sink will take it out, but it's not easy to remove. It takes reverse osmosis and a special filter in order to get the fluorine.
Reverse osmosis is the best way to filter it.
Yeah, and it's pretty difficult to do. So all of Creed's drinking water from now on will be filtered. Now I was just disappointed that he's been getting fluoride when I thought he wasn't. But hey, look, we could just do the best we can do. We all make mistakes, and we just got to move on and do our best,
sure,
with our kids from there.
A question for you. You guys obviously, I'm assuming you drink the water out of your tap.
Correct.
You do.
Right.
You don't buy bottled water.
No, because it's worse than tap water in most cases. A bottled water is not in fact, a lot of times the fluoride in drinking water, there is no regulation in bottled water. There's no regulation of what that amount has to be in most cases. So tap water, there's a certain parts per million that it has to be, and the city water keeps it pretty regulated. Mm-hmm. Bottled water, there's not so many regulations on it, so you never know exactly what you're getting in bottled water. So the best thing to do is really invest in a really high quality home under the sink filtration system and get a stainless steel water jug and fill that up and bring it with you. That's what I try to do in most cases. Now, look, I still drink bottled water at the office, and sometimes I do. But, if we can cut it down 60-70%,
sure,
makes all the difference in the world.
That's great advice.
Yeah. So we just try to cut it down some. You can't ever cut it all out. And sometimes people have a tendency with a lot of the stuff I talk about. If they can't do it 100%, they say, I'll never be able to do that. Look, we have to be a realist. If we can cut down 50% of the plastics that we use, if we can cut down 50% of the chemicals that are in our food, if we can cut down 50% of the toxins that come in our water, it makes a world of difference.
We might live 50% longer.
Yeah, exactly right. So I think that at this point, we have advanced beyond the need for this to go in our water supply. Using something that goes directly on your teeth, something from your dentist, is a much better idea than putting this through our entire bodies. I just don't think in 2015 we need to do this. Yeah, maybe back in the 40s and 50s, maybe.
When there wasn't a CVS on every corner?
Yeah, exactly. But the truth is that all of these Harvard researchers agree with me.
Well, Doc, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but how do we as a society, is this federally required? Is this on a city-by-city basis? How do we stop it? Like here in Lafayette, I live out in Judy's. How do we say, we don't want this? What do we do?
Man, I'm really not sure on that. I do not know who controls that. I don't know if there's some kind of government regulation federally. I'm really not sure on that, what it would take.
Joey Durrell, D. Stanley, let's hop on this.
I think what happens, everybody needs to just sort of take it on themselves to try to cut it down at their tap. Because even if we didn't talk about fluoride, there's a whole ton of other stuff in the water supply that you want to try to get rid of.
I don't know if you want to mention this, and you don't have to. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you say that you just ordered one.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the name?
Oh, I'd love to.
Or the company?
Oh, sure, I'd love to. It's Aquasana out of Houston, Aquasana. They're fantastic over there. They installed. I purchased my whole home system and purchased this other filter from them as well. So I'm going to be switching.
Now, did someone locally install it, or
no,
do they come in from Houston?
I did it myself.
You did it.
I'm a do-it-yourselfer kind of guy, man. Okay. I crawl into the sink and do that stuff. I do all that stuff myself. So
jack of all trades.
Yeah. So Aquasana is a great company, and I definitely encourage somebody to look at filtering this and other toxins out of their water.
Do you have to change these filters under your sink often?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I was going to say. The neat thing is I'm on an auto ship from them called Water for Life from Aquasana. So, every 3 to 6 months, it's time to change your filter. It just shows up in the mail. That's how I know it's time to change it.
You don't have to remember.
I don't have to remember. It's time. Whoop, my filter came in the mail. Change it out, and I'm good to go. Yeah, so it's pretty neat. So it just comes when it's supposed to come. I don't have to think about it. Their computer system analyzes it. When it's time for you to change your filter, it shows up in the mail. You switch it out, throw the old one away.
Used to be like, wasn't it Columbia House? We had 8 tracks. They used to do that with. Set them in the mail. Record club.
Yeah.
Your first 10 for a penny.
That's right.
Remember that? Yeah.
Wow.
Then they come in the mail.
Yeah.
Oh, good deal. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else you want to lay on us?
That's it, man. That's it. And for those pro-fluoride people out there listening, I'm sorry, just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinions.
Well, it's based on facts.
It's based on Harvard facts. It really is.
Can't argue with Harvard.
Yeah, let's move on from 1940 and let's move into 2015 and let's figure out something we could put on our teeth and not through our whole bodies. In my opinion, that's a lot better idea.
Excellent show.
Thanks, guys.
Dr. Kevin with Wellness Wednesday, the Bryant Institute. Tell them on Facebook how they can locate you.
Yeah, it's the Bryant Wellness Institute. It's on Facebook.
That's it? Okay. All right. Wellness Wednesday on KTDY. Thanks, Doc.